Chapter 2 talks about describing matter. We talk about matter in terms of its properties, and remember, properties just are used to describe it, just like we describe each other with the color of our hair, how tall we are, how much we weigh, what color our eyes are, whether we're male, female, just all kinds of different ways that we can be used to classify. We can also classify ourselves in terms of whether we like sports, whether we like music, whether we like farming, whether we like, just all different sorts of ways that we can describe. Matter is sorted in the same sort of ways. We already talked about once that we can sort matter in terms of its state, whether it's in a solid state, liquid state, or gaseous state. We talked about that in the lecture. But we can also classify matter according to other properties. Its color, its density. That's very, very important. That's going to be your first lab after your practice lab is a density lab. So lots and lots of different ways we can describe matter and how it can be classified. Also, it can be classified. Some of those properties are called extensive, and some of them are intensive. Extensive, I think of extensive as external or on the outside. Extensive properties are properties that it matters how much you have. The extensive, I'm trying to write on this thing and it's not letting me. Extensive, it matters how much you have, okay? Like things like mass, things like volume. Intensive is on the inside, so it doesn't matter if you have a cup of water or a whole pond of water. It's going to have the same temperature. You can go out to that pond right now in the morning and take its temperature, and you can take a jar of that pond water and take its temperature, and it's going to say the same thing. Those are intensive properties, whether it doesn't matter how much of it you have. Okay, got that? Mass of an object tells how much matter is in it. Volume, how much is in it. These are extensive, how much you have. All right, intensive does not depend how much you have. It just depends on what kind of matter it is. All right, hardness, density, boiling point, melting point, those kinds of things are intensive. We're good there? Okay. And then we're going to get into one of the most important things, and those are the different branches of substances, and those are called the matter tree. And I'm going to have a different slideshow on that here shortly. But one of those two branches of the matter tree is called substances, like these copper pots right here. Okay. And then another substance is called gold. There's two different types of substances. Those two different types of substances are elements and compounds. That's at one side of the matter tree, elements and compounds. All right. And then the two different kinds of properties. Physical properties, which you can see, only talk about things that describe matter without it's changing its physical composition, things like color, odor, density, whether it's solid, liquid, or gas. These are all physical properties. Malleability. I hope that you know what malleability means. Malleability means can you hammer it into a sheet? Okay, malleable. I'm trying to write on this silly thing. Oh snap, I didn't know what I just did, but I didn't mean to do that, whatever I just did. Please let me write on it. Oh, it's letting me. Y'all hear me talking to myself? Yes. It can be hammered. Like tin. We can hammer tin into all different sorts of shapes. Okay? It's malleable. Also ductile. That means you can stretch it into wires, like wires for copper wiring, or that tea kettle you just saw on the previous slide. Okay? Oh no. what do I do? I'm learning to use this thing, guys. Okay. All right. Here are some different physical properties. You're going to need these for an assignment I'm going to give you guys. Okay. Here's some densities and some melting points and some boiling points and some different things. So if I asked you what is the boiling point of chlorine, you should be able to look at this little chart and be able to tell me. Okay. So if I asked you is sulfur a solid, liquid, or gas at a certain temperature, you should be able to tell me that. All right. And then we talked about the 3 states of matter, so I'm going to really skip over that really fast. You can go through them on your own, okay? But we are going to sit on this for a minute. Physical changes. Physical changes. Right here. Melting. Something melts in your hand. This is gallium right here. It's very soft metal, very shiny, but its melting point is so low it will literally melt in your hand. Okay. All right, and I'll let you take this quiz here. And I gave you that. All right. I'm going to put another PowerPoint on for you tomorrow probably. But these are the kind of things that I'm hoping that we're going to be able to keep up with. And I am going to put the matter tree that I'm going to draw, that you're going to have to, on a quiz or a test, you're going to have to know that matter tree front, backwards, up, and down. All right. Have a good day. Study.